On the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
Into the hands of London. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
17 yards on the pickup there, and also a first down. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct. Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Back to throw. Fisher escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
And on now is the punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Goff going to move his guys around a bit. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. On first down, back to Achane. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
The Buccaneers at 5-4 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's Goff. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you look at this defense,
they sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
they'll run for it with Achane.
And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Now it's Goff. He completes it to Hunter. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On the ground, here's the rookie from Notre Dame.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Goff now looks to throw. It's complete to Cruz. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10.
Goff.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Yeah, that's a good start to drive number 2. Remember, they had to punt the first time they had it. So maybe a little bit different sense of purpose here, and they start out with a nice gain and a quick first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 8.
Looking to throw. Fisher.
This pass is caught by London. Touchdown! Drake London with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dragons are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
Now a play fake, and it's Goff. And this one caught by Hunter over the middle. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. From the gun, here's Goff. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Back to throw, Goff. That ball caught by Harrison. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there at 22.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Goff. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Now Goff. Rolling to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. Now Goff on 3rd and goal. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And no sidestepping that hit. He's going to be brought down hard, and it also sets up 4th down.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense, but whistles come in. Remember, on fourth down, that becomes a dead ball if anyone other than the fumbler himself recovers. So it'll come back to the spot of the fumble, and that will mean that's going to wind up being a turnover on downs.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they are certainly playing their best football of the year.
Now Goff looking to change the play.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he whips that one incomplete there. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Goff.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Robinson up the middle.
And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Buying time to his left. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal.
A 33-yarder from the left hash.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. A run straight ahead with H.A. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 8 yards there helps, but they're still stuck now. 3rd and long coming up.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
On 3rd down, H.A. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Well, I think it's back to the drawing board, or should I say in today's game, the Surface tablet after this drive. 3 plays, they go backwards. They will look like they've gotten something going right there, but they'll have to punt the football away to end this one.
On 4th down, Goff. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Bijan Robinson, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dragons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes our score 17-0.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Up the middle, Achane.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Second and 7. Achane here. They stay on the ground.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Devon Achane.
52 yards.
And the Buccaneers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fisher.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Robinson on a give right side. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
But now he appears to be in some pain. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
And now an audible here into something else.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Now Thomas. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Dragons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. In motion right, that's Harrison.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Goff.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And they'll give this to Achane.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Goff. They got his man complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
Well, he looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
On the handoff, it's Achane.
Pushing through the contact, and they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
95 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Right back to Achane on 2nd down.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles, rolling the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense, because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Now Goff.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Louis. 5. 2.
Here we go on fourth. Goff. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on fourth down. They're now 1 for 3 on fourth down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on fourth down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have fourth down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game. And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Third and 5. Back to throw. Fisher. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Looking to throw. Fisher being chased out left. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Here's Goff. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Goff now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hunter.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Go, 76. Hot. Go, 12. Go. 12. DC.
Goff now looking to throw. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
Obviously, Brandon, they couldn't get it all back with just one score, but that touchdown chips into the lead, and now it makes the comeback a little bit more manageable.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He may go.
And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. Throwing after the interception. Fisher. He'll buy some time right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick six. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And that is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 2nd and 10, Goff.
He'll get that complete to Harrison.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
3rd down and 1. Goff going to shift him around.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, 76. 76. 76. Hey, let's go. Good ground. 14. 14.
Now it's Goff.
Throw caught by Achane.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's Goff.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Go. Shell. 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 Hey, shell. Shell.
The final shot before break here. Goff. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A big play there. 74 yards.
And the Buccaneers have taken the lead here in this third quarter.
Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. And the Buccaneer defense for the second straight play flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Operating from the gun, Fisher.
That one deep for London. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bucs are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Again, it's Achane.
And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
12, 12, 17, 17, 17.
Goff.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. 81 yards as his guys are able to extend their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On the move to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Down the left sideline. Inside the 10.
And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick six, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down, eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. A couple of 1st downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up for.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Derwin James with a pick, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
A give, running right, Achane.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Devon Achane.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Bucs get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Flush to his right. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll make it second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Dancing to his left.
Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted.
And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation on his part, and he pays for it with the interception.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Here's Achane.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, but it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. From the gun, here's Goff. And that'll be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Harrison. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Second and 9 now. Going right side here, and that's complete. And some room to work.
And he's going to be taken out of bounds, but not before he gets this all the way down to the 10.
A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
That's complete right around the 8. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. from 13 yards out.
And the Dragons get a bit closer. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run from Achane. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Throwing to start the drive. Burnham. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Touchdown! From 3 yards out.
And the Dragons are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Patterson now for the extra point.
And the lead will be cut down to 14.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Here comes a reverse.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. What was once a really comfortable lead is not so comfortable anymore. Down to a 2-score game after they've seen a pair of touchdowns go against them on those last 2 drives.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to get off of autopilot right now, okay? Get back to what was working for them earlier. Understand that they still have a 2-score lead, so it's not dire,
But at the same time, okay, guys, let's mash the gas. Let's get going again. Let's have some fun.
On first down, back to Achane.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
To throw is Goff.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A give left side. Here's Achane.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
They'll run for it with Achane.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out, and that will force a turnover on downs. Here's Hunter.
And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
Now, after the loss, he'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17.
Now a toss right side. Achane with it.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. And this one a 41-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Operating from the gun, Burnham. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. 38 yards.
And the Dragons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
The safety position continues to evolve into a bigger role in run defense than in the past. They certainly love to have him drop down and get aggressive in bringing ball carriers down behind the line of scrimmage. Not many bigger stops than that one right there.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game.
That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Achane on the counter.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
On 3rd down, Achane.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So an important one there as they widen their lead in this 4th quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point, because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what's out of them. They get out there.
And he'll just get rid of it. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And now another one thrown incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
That is caught. He's got the first down and more than that. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid.
But you ground. Their plan, interesting there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game, the wrong choice.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back.
Here's Achane to start the drive.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Two minutes left to play. Welcome you back.
Just looking to
Going to have to protect them up and behind the line.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
H-in here. They stay on the ground.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're back to throw. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Boy, sitting on a 2-score lead at this stage in the game, that punter, he must be pretty lonely over there on the sideline thinking, why in the world was my number not called there?
As far as he's concerned, the check will still cash, right? It is your choice not to use me in this situation. But I also look at it this way. You know, some coaches are more aggressive than others. They just want to take care of the football, have the ball on offense, and go at it that way. So a very interesting call, but he wants to take care of the ball himself.
And they will take a knee here. So time has run out on what will be
As they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for the Buccaneers, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll get to stay home again next week.
Meanwhile, for Rio,
they're against the Saints.